All right, that's much better. Let me make sure I have audio. All right. Yep, I have audio. I don't have a camera though, and I'm concerned as to why I don't have a camera, but I'll figure that out as well. Now I have a camera. I don't want to use this camera because it shows the green screen behind me as well as if I turn that one off and turn this one on, it too is going to show the green screen behind me because it's more directly. And if I use the 35 millimeter, which is not truly the 35 millimeter at all, it's going to show the screen because I've got it set up right now just to look at the screen. And I don't even actually have it set up properly. So no camera today. Hello, Rick. Good to see you again. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had no idea how that got checked, but as soon as he said it, I knew exactly what he was talking about. So I'm going to turn this camera off as well. I don't really need it running. And I'm going to collapse that. Okay, so this is just kind of an untitled project that I've been working on, several different things. It's the same, it's my logo, and I've been messing around with it, trying to figure some things out. And some things have gone quite well. Some things have not gone quite well. I used this one today for my um, thumbnail, and then I want to work with this one right here. I know that looks horrible, but if you look real close, you can actually see the lettering in there. So what I've been doing is in the color tab. Remember yesterday I mentioned that I was going to mess around in the color tab. Well, I've been messing around in the color tab. So if we delete this one and this one, hard to do actually. And if we delete or disconnect, we're not deleting, we're just disconnecting. And if we hook these up to their respective green to green, blue to blue, then that's the original. That's what it looks like with whatever this effect that's in there is in there. I have no idea what this effect that's in there is, but there is an effect. I do know there is an effect. So messing around this morning, I just went and connected blue to blue, and I believe you can drag this in and it'll put it where it needs to go. And then green to green. Green is just the output. That looks pretty good right there. That changed a little bit from the original. It's just got a blur in this node right here. And then when we go and apply all the other two nodes, it changes to that. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Now what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to go in there. I can't do that. I cannot do, yeah, I can. Okay, didn't show that it was there. So let's see if I can figure out what this is in here. Okay, it's the I'm using the HSS qualifier, which is also identified down here. I don't know that I can remove it. I don't want to delete the node. I want to, let's see what happens if I do that. Okay, I reset, that went away. No color correction. So how I got to the color correction is I came up here to the search bar and I typed in color correction, and one of these was the HLS qualifier, but I don't see it now, which is fine. Let's see if it comes up over here. It does not. Let's type in the word qualifier. No, only I can find something that's not going to work. Well, let's grab the box blur. If I connect this to there should be no change. Yeah. Now let's grab the box blur, put the box blur in there, and then instantly it blurs it. And since there's no masking or anything, that has no bearing on it whatsoever. Let's click on that. Alt S to make a serial node. Drag that down to there. And then we're going to take away this block spur. We're going to come up here and we're going to take that away. Then I want to find that one I had, which was HL, there it is. That's HLS keyer. I don't know if that's it. We'll put that on this node. Oh, there we go. That puts the options down here, but that's a keyer. That's not a qualifier. I'm going to grab the takeaway, or try to anyway. I have to hold that? No. I'm not seeing anything. Of course, then again, I don't really have this connected properly yet. But I should be. There we go. There we go. Had to connect the mask. So now let's use the subtract. And all right. Now let's add the add. You can get some really cool things in here. Let's delete the HSL keyer because, and I thought I put that on this one. If I take that away, it'll come back, which I'm pretty sure I did. But this one's showing this has got something on it too. But I don't see what it is. I'm going to reset it. Okay. So I got it to the point where I was at earlier by messing around in there, by deleting them. I'm not going to remember how that was. So I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go Alt S, Alt S, Alt S. And I'm going to drag these down here, and there, and there. And I'm going to disconnect that and that one, and then just connect this one to here. All right. That's the way that should look. Since there's no mask or anything in there, there's nothing going on. What if we put a mosaic blur on this mask here? Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It shows up. What if we connect what if we connect this one to this one, and then take the last one and connect it out? Is that going to be blurred? And it is. So that's cool. Now, what if it's got the mosaic blur, this has got nothing. What if we now add a zoom blur into here? Oh, look at that. But before we do that, let's delete that. Let's go back to this mosaic blur. Pixel frequency is sitting at 100. What if we bring that down to, oh, that's horrible. What if we take it up to max, which appears to be 200? Now, can this go higher? It can. So you can almost blur, you can put a blur and just about put it back to normal. You want the shape of the blur to be a square, hexagon, or triangular. Let's just say it was square, and let's just move this up and down and see what it does. Advanced controls, your offset X and your offset Y. It's just moving it up and down. And global blend, I don't know anything about, but oh, there we go. It takes it away. So this is enabled more or less 100%. Take this down, and that is now down to normal. We're going to take it like that. Now we're going to work with this node, and I want to see if I can come in here and do something with the color. And I want to use the color, I don't know what I want to use. Let's try the color compressor. Put it on this node here. And then the target color, I'm going to grab is white. Let's compress the hue. Oh, look at that. It's affecting the blue. Let's mess with the saturation, and let's mess with the luminance. And then look at the global bend. And again, if we take it all out, no matter what we do, because it's 0, let's just go 50%. Right there, that's close enough. And then if we grab the picker, I think I should be able to grab the picker, and I can change that color, but I don't want to. I kind of like it like that. It's for demonstrative purposes only. So that's kind of neat. So we affected something here, and we're going to bring the pixels where it looks really crazy like that. That looks Vietnamese to me. And we're going to go grab this one right here. What if we put the color compressor back in this one? Can I take away what I just did? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I can make it darker, but I can't make it go away. Turn it into old school, black and white. But 1, 2, 3. Let's grab one more, and let's see what color stabilizer does. I don't think I'm going to like color stabilizer because I don't have many choices. So I'm going to delete that one. What if we invert the color? Let's take this invert color and put it down here. Oh, there you go. I like this. Now, invert green, invert red, invert blue. That's the natural color. Invert the alpha. What if we inverted the alpha? Well, we don't have no alpha. We haven't done any alpha. So let's connect all the alphas. Let's connect that alpha to this. Connect that to that. Connect that to that. Connect this alpha to the out. And invert the alpha. Let's see what this does. Makes it go away. Because it's inverting the mask. So let's take that away. And if we invert the blue, the green, and the red all at the same time, then you get an even cooler effect. So if we come back to this one and we bring the hue down, you can see, even though we're not displaying this one, we are displaying this one because it's all connected. Bring the saturation down, you can see a change. Bring the luminance up, you can see a change. So if we go over here to the edit page, that's what that's going to look like. So I am delving into and starting to explore the color tab. I'm starting to mess with that just a little bit. And I've not watched any videos. This is all just me going to the color tab, leaving it as an untitled project. So that way, if I like something, I'll go so if I like something, for example, I liked how that looked. I came back into the color tab, I grabbed a still, and I saved it. I actually did like that one. And then that should have showed up over there, but that's fine. This one, we all know I did yesterday. And I don't know if I can do anything in the color tab with it or not. The same principle, you're going to Alt S, and then you're going to do with whatever it is you want to do. Let's get rid of the color stuff. What if I wanted to blur, let's see what a Gaussian blur is. Okay, that just blurs the whole thing. No, not really liking that. But you can change the strength of the blur. You can take it to where it's just barely blurred, and you can, okay, they're linked. So I want to move these individually. I want this to be about right there, and I want that one to be about right there. And there is a difference. Advanced controls, you can get your border type. I'm going to go black. I don't see any change. Blur the alpha. I'm going to go change this to replicate. I don't see any change. Reflect. That one made a change. Wrap around. That makes a little bit of a change. So I'm going to go back to replicate, I think it was. Blur the alpha. Don't remember. I don't remember which one was showing it being blurred the best. And black, no. Let's go with replicate. Well, that sounds good. And then we'll change the strength. That's changing the strength in this one because that's where the Gaussian blur is at. There's nothing on that one. We put the blur on this one. Clearly, I have a lot to learn on this. Clearly, a lot. 4 people are watching. Hello, if you're watching, put a comment in chat. Let me know you're here, and I'll reach out and say hi to you. So let's take the Gaussian blur out. And that's back to normal. So there's nothing here going on. What if we do a lens blur? Well, if we put the lens blur up here, go to this one, bring the blur size down a little bit, and the blade curvature down a little bit, the rotation, the highlights, and then let's go into this one. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what that one is. That's color, despill, false color, color generator grid. What if we put a grid on that? What's that going to do? That doesn't do anything. I don't see that does any. Oh wait, that's because I don't have an alpha output. Let's put an alpha output on here. And oh, did I not get that? Okay, so can I put the grid into here? Well, first things first, let's connect our alpha outputs up. Now I'm going to take the grid, I'm going to try to put it in there. There we go. That's more like it. Now I can adjust the row and the cells and the columns. So I can see where this would be helpful to where if you're going to want to do something in a specific, if you had the whole picture there, and you wanted to do, hello, Richard Rogers, sorry about that. And then you can change the color of the lines. Obviously, I mean, the color change is pretty universal throughout, I've noticed. So that's helpful. That really is helpful, especially if I do this. Let's remember lens blur, and let's remember the grid. And let's go back over here. Let's go grab a media, and let's grab something. I don't see what I'm looking for. No, nothing new there at all. I was thinking it was in maps. Yes, let's go with maps. Let's try a JPEG. I have no clue. I don't know if it's got to be an MP4. I don't have any earthly idea. So let's move all this down, and let's move this JPEG or this PNG, whatever it is, over to here, and let's go work with it. All right. This should be interesting. This should be real interesting. So now I'm going to jump back over to the color tab, and it should be that map, and it is. So I'm going to bring this up here, and I'm going to Alt S, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the grid on there. I'm going to change the color of the grid to black so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to make the grid a 4x4 grid. No, that says 4x20, so let's go 4x4 grid. There we go. Let's make it a 3x3 grid. There we go. That didn't really change anything. Oh, I guess we got 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. So that'll work. Major line spacing. Don't see, ouch, I don't see it changing at all, so we'll just leave it where it was at. Now, my thinking is, let's say I wanted to highlight something in this grid. If I were to connect the alphas up, oh, well, I gotta have an output. If I were to connect the alpha, now when I connected that, the grid went away, so that's not gonna help me out. I need that to go away. I'll tell you what, sometimes this is so fun to not do. There we go. Maybe my idea won't work because I was thinking if I wanted to work in a specific grid, I'm going to Alt S that again. That should be an identical duplicate of this one. Now, why did grid go away? Did I turn the grid off? No, the grid's, oh, because it's not connected. So if I connect this, there we go. Now I want to be on this grid, same as this grid, but I want to take this grid and I want to specifically work with Kansas. Well, there's HSL key in there and resolve FX key. Okay, what if we wanted to put light rays on Kansas? Nope, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Can I put light rays on Kansas? Light rays, Kansas. Oh my goodness. Now the thing is, can I, well, I can make it cloudy over that part of the United States, but I want to be specific. I want Kansas to be cloudy. But you know what I'm not seeing? I am not seeing where I can take this effect. No, that's fine, Long Dog. I was referring to my 10 o'clock stream, but that's fine that you're here. I wanted to give you a shout out and some props that your suggestion to reboot the router, reboot the router actually solved the problem partially, and then I went in and fixed the rest of it. So my hat is off to you, sir. Thank you for the suggestion. I would have never in a million years guessed that. Ray directions. Here we go. I can change the positioning of the rays, but I want them specifically at over Kansas. I don't want them over the entire thing. And I'm hoping I can figure this out. Let's put the brightness. What if we change the color of the rays? What if we put the rays to be, let's go with something obnoxious like, I don't know, that looks pretty obnoxious. And then if we change the length, and then if we play this, what's it do? Doesn't really do any. It gets clearer. So that's not working. Brightness. I got rid of the grid. The grid's not doing what I thought it was going to do. I want to be back at this one. And light rays alone. There we go. Now I'm working with the light rays alone. Now I can see what the rays are doing. And if I play this, does it do anything? It does not. Oh, I see why it does not. I'm guessing because it's not keyframe. This is what I mean by, this is how I'm going to learn this. I will teach myself this, and I will teach myself this without going and doing any research whatsoever. Now it shows the grid is still there. Oh, that's because I made an exact copy of the one above it. That's pretty funny. Looks like it's a heat wave over in the Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah today. All right, this is cool. I like this. That's not doing what I thought it was going to do, but I like this. This is just so much fun to me. Let's go see what else we can put in there. Depth map. What will a depth map do? Now I'm guessing a depth map depth map might actually need to have alpha. I don't have any idea. Let's see here. Invert. I don't see nothing there. Oh, why is this all of a sudden not working there? Because it's doing a backup, or I've locked it up. One or two things. I have either locked up Davinci, which in this case is no big deal. This is an untitled project that I could care less about, or it's backing up. And actually, I'm not 100% sure what it's doing. So let's go bring up the old task manager, go into performance, and let's see what's going on here. CPU looks good. 34%. Memory looks good. Not quite half of what I'm using. Got 64 and I'm using 28. The GPU, not really doing a lot either. So I'm not sure what's going on. Processes. Davinci has stopped. Well, now it's responding. Let's go see. Let's go see if now I can get rid of. Okay, the depth math. When I went to invert, obviously this is killing it because once again, you put it on faster. Depth map preview. I really haven't adjusted anything yet, and I have a black image. Is that because of this? No, it's not because of that. All right, so let me put this back over there. Let's delete that. Take this away. There's our image. Okay. Don't have a face. Relight. Automatic dirt removal. Don't have dirt. Dead pixel filter. There's just so much in here I've got to learn. Primarily, the color tab is to add color and take away color on photographs with people and everything else. Let's see what this does. Pencil sketch. Now, does this have to be alpha out to show the results? No, it does not. Color sketch. No. Stroke strength, stroke threshold, stroke length. I'm not really seeing. Let me put this back on just out of curiosity. And nope, that's not it at all. What good is it to do to have a pencil sketch if the pencil sketch isn't going to work? Well, let's do this. Let's delete that. And then let's delete that. And then let's delete that. And then let's take the pencil sketch into the original thing, original image, and put the pencil sketch in there. There we go. It makes it look like it was sketched by a pencil. Now, is this an alpha function? It is not an alpha function. So now, if we change this to 1.5, you can see, I like this. I do see some work coming up with this. Tone adjustment, lighten it up a little bit. All right. So I'm going to Alt S and I'm going to wrap this up kind of quickly here in a minute. Now I'm going to go try to remember what the one I was using up here for the, oh, it was rays, light rays. I'm going to put the light rays in this one. I'm going to take the light rays down, up a little bit. I'm going to play this and see what it looks like. Nope, that didn't give me the effect I thought that it would. I thought that might do a little bit of cloudiness, but it could be doing that because I need to have my clouds maybe more defined. Let's see what happens now. And I don't see much movement there. So I got some work to do. Great Guy's joining us in the chat room about 5 minutes ago. He says he's here, he's eating lunch. That sounds pretty good. Now if I play it, what happens? Okay, so the alpha took that away. Tim Tech Wiz joins us. Hello, Tim. So this is kind of neat. I like this. I like the fact that this has got the pencil sketch and it looks like it changes it to look like you penciled it as a drawing. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to scroll down here. Mirrors. What is mirrors? This ought to be interesting. Oh. Takes the image and flips it. Reflective borders. Enable the mirror. Okay, so there's the no mirroring. There's mirroring. Now, do we have more mirrors? What if we enable this mirror? Okay, so there's mirror number 1. There's mirror number 2. Let's move mirror number 2. Okay, that's kind of neat. I'm kind of gonna explore into that too. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. It looks like I've been going for about a half hour, according to what I think I started when I started. I want to thank everyone for being here. Rick Lakes, Richard Rogers, Long Dog, great guy, Tim Tech Wiz. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do and will and am going to learn color tabs. This is my focus right now is I'm going to learn the color tabs. I just think it's so cool that you can go in there and make little changes. Now this one I need to work on because I want the logo to appear to be in the background and not the foreground. And right now it's in the foreground. And I don't, that's basically, so these two right here are basically the same, just a different color. That's a little darker. That takes away. I'm not sure which one I like the best. And then this one is the one we were working with earlier in the color tab. And that's as a result of the 4 nodes and just messing around in each node as to what's going on. This has got the mosaic blur. So if we take that mosaic blur out, then that happens. If we disconnect the alpha, then it comes back to the way that it should. If we reconnect the alpha and go back up here and re-add the mosaic blur, which is right here, and we put that back in this tab, then it affects it. Kind of cool, kind of fun. So thank you, everyone. I will see you guys tonight at 10 o'clock East. I'm struggling to find that function. Okay, I'm playing with a program called Lively Wallpaper. It kind of runs videos of wallpapers that are animated in the background that you should select. Yeah, send me a link, email me a link. I'll check into it and see what I can figure out. Not that I'm an expert on it. Let's take the color compressor off. Let's take the other color compressor off. And finally, let's take off the invert color. And then it just goes back to what it was. So you can see you start out with an image and you can effectively change it just by coming in here and putting a, I don't think there's anything 3D about this whatsoever. Didn't look like that changed anything, so we'll get rid of that. You can come in here and affect it just by putting in the node, what you're trying to do. So I'm going to grab this picker, and by using the Luma keyer, and I clicked on the blues, that got rid of all the blues. If I take the Luma keyer and invert it, it brings the blues back. That's kind of good looking there too. So that's neat. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go find the button to stop this, and I'll see everyone tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, Indiana Time, whatever you want to call it. Thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, leave me a comment. Click the like button. If you don't like what you see, leave me a comment. Click the dislike button. It's all good. It's all interaction according to YouTube. So real quick before I go, I'm going to share with you don't know if that worked or not. Yep. Current statistics. Gonna go look at content. Gonna go look at shorts specifically. Gonna look at the last 5 shorts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Chef Grill Ken's 1,500 views. Part 1, 1,200 views. Part 2, 1,100, and Part 3, 1,000. I told the homies last night these 3 shorts would be over 1,000 this morning when I woke up, and they are. Shorts are the thing to do right now. And I'm running out of things to upload shorts, so I have to start going to some stores and doing something silly. Thanks, guys. I will see you tonight. I don't like any of it, Greg says. None of it. Thanks, Greg. See you tonight.